Saudade. There is a feeling that hurts very softly, not sharp pain, not full sadness, just this quiet ache inside chest. It's called Saudade, and people feel it when they miss something they know may never come back again. Sometimes it's a person, sometimes a place, sometimes just a moment from life. You can feel saudade while hearing old music at night or while looking outside bus window during rain. The strange part is this feeling almost feels beautiful. You sad, but somehow comfortable inside the sadness. Like your heart sitting beside old memories quietly. A man can miss his childhood home even after 20 years. A woman can miss the way her mother used to laugh. And sometimes people don't even realize what exactly they're missing. They just feel empty little bit, like something important stayed behind in another time. And the next feeling gets even stranger because people start missing places they never even lived in. Anemoia. Imagine feeling nostalgic for a time you never experienced. That's anemoia. You look at old photos from 1970s, old restaurants, old streets full of neon signs, and suddenly your chest feels heavy, like you belong there somehow. People feel this while watching old movies too. Everything feels slower, warmer, more alive, even though reality back then was probably difficult too. But the brain creates fantasy from old memories and old images. Some people feel connected to ancient places. Others feel emotional hearing music older than their parents. It's like your soul trying to remember something your body never lived through. And honestly, that's creepy little bit. Because why do humans miss things that never belong to them? Maybe deep down, people searching for comfort everywhere. If this feeling sounds familiar, then hit like because the next emotion feels like your mind trapping itself inside fake conversations. Juska. Almost everybody does this secretly. You sit alone, maybe showering, maybe laying in bed, and suddenly your brain starts imaginary conversations. You explain things, you argue with people, you replay old moments. Sometimes you even create entire fake situations. That's called Juska. And some people spend hours doing it without noticing. The strange thing is imaginary conversations sometimes feel more real than actual ones. You think about what you should have said, what somebody might say tomorrow. Your brain keeps acting out scenes like little movie director, and usually those conversations never happen in real life. Still, your emotions react to them. You become angry, embarrassed, excited, all because of situations existing only inside your head. Juska becomes dangerous when people live inside imagination too much, because eventually real life starts feeling disappointing compared to fantasy. And honestly, many lonely people do this every single night. Subscribe if you ever caught yourself arguing with imaginary people, because the next feeling makes humans realize how tiny they actually are. Oculism. One day your brain suddenly understands something terrifying. You are only seeing life from one tiny perspective. That's oculism. The awareness that your understanding of world is extremely small. You standing in crowded city, millions of people walking around. Every person got memories, secrets, dreams, and you will never fully know any of them. Not really. Your entire life is trapped inside one brain, one body, one point of view. And suddenly that realization feels overwhelming. Some people feel oculism while traveling, others while looking at giant cities from airplane window. You realize the world keeps moving without caring about your story. It's humbling, but also scary, because humans spend whole lives thinking their problems are center of universe. Then one moment changes everything. And the next emotion becomes even heavier because people start feeling disconnected from reality itself. Kenopsia. Have you ever seen a place normally full of people suddenly become empty? School hallway at night, empty shopping mall, silent airport. That strange, eerie feeling is called kenopsia. And honestly, it feels like something from Dream. Places are not supposed to feel alive, but somehow they do. When people disappear from them, suddenly the atmosphere changes completely. Empty playgrounds feel sad. Empty offices feel creepy. It's like buildings remember noise that used to exist there. During lockdown, many people felt kenopsia strongly. Entire streets became silent. Cities looked frozen. And humans realized something weird. Places are nothing without people. Kenopsia reminds us how temporary everything is. One day, crowded places become abandoned too. One day, noise disappears. And maybe that's why the next feeling hurts so deeply. Monocopsis. Sometimes people feel like they don't belong anywhere. Not fully. That's monocopsis. The subtle feeling of being out of place in world. You can sit with friends and still feel different somehow. You can move through life feeling like everybody else got instruction manual except you. Some people feel this since childhood, like they accidentally entered wrong life, wrong city, wrong family, wrong timeline. And it's hard to explain because nothing obviously wrong. Life looks normal outside, but inside something feels disconnected, like puzzle piece forced into wrong spot. Many creative people feel monocopsis strongly. Artists, writers, quiet thinkers, because they notice things other people ignore. And sometimes awareness itself creates loneliness. Exulansis. Imagine wanting to explain your feelings but knowing nobody will truly understand. That's exulansis. After enough failed attempts, people slowly stop talking about certain emotions completely. Not because they healed, because they tired. A person can carry pain for years silently after realizing words can't describe it properly. You try explaining sadness, trauma, fear, but sentences feel too small, so eventually you just say, "I'm fine," even when you're not. Exulansis happens a lot to deep thinkers, people who feel too much, because sometimes emotions become too complicated for language itself. And honestly, that's lonely, to feel something huge inside chest but have no way to transfer it into another human mind. Onism. One day you realize you only get one life, one body, one timeline, and suddenly everything feels impossible to experience fully. That's onism, the frustration of being stuck in only one perspective at one time. You want to see every country, read every book, meet thousands of people, but life too short. There are billions of stories happening right now while you trapped inside one. Some people feel this strongly while watching travel videos, others while hearing strangers talk about their lives, because every human existence feels like entire universe, and you can never experience most of them. That's heartbreaking little bit. Humans are curious creatures. We want to know everything, but time never allows it. Rubetosis. Sometimes you suddenly become aware of your own heartbeat, and then you can't stop noticing it. That's rubetosis. A strange, uncomfortable awareness of your own body existing. You hear your heart, feel breathing, notice blinking, and suddenly being alive feels weird. Some people experience this late at night, others during anxiety. Your body feels mechanical suddenly, like you became trapped inside flesh and bones. And honestly, once your brain notices heartbeat too much, it becomes impossible to ignore. People start wondering how fragile life really is. One tiny organ working every second, keeping everything alive. Rubetosis reminds humans that existence itself is strange. We walking around acting normal while our bodies constantly fighting to survive quietly. Ellipsism. Ellipsism is the sadness of knowing you will never see the future. Not your future, the world's future. Humans naturally curious. We want to know what happens next. What cities will look like in 100 years. What technology will exist, what humanity becomes. But one day you realize something uncomfortable. You will leave before seeing most of it. Future generations will witness things beyond imagination, and you won't be there. Some people feel ellipsism while watching science documentaries, others while thinking about space exploration. It's strange sadness, not fear of death exactly, more like sadness of missing the rest of story. Humans always want one more chapter, one more answer, one more look into future. Maybe that's why people create art, videos, books, because deep down, everybody trying leave little piece of themselves behind before time moves on again. And now tell me in comments which feeling felt most real to you, because honestly, some of these emotions are impossible to forget once you understand them. If you did not find your feeling in this video, wait for part 2. More strange emotions are waiting for you there.